In a jaw-dropping moment of poetic irony, the queen of failed fairy tales, Meghan Markle, just found herself scorched by none other than Rachel Zegler, the Hollywood ingenue best known for tanking Snow White before it even hit theaters. Yes, you read that right. The starlet whose cinematic disaster became an international punchline is now publicly shredding Meghan's latest attempt at lifestyle royalty. The comically tone-deaf American Riviera Orchard spin-off, as ever. With biting precision, Zegler reportedly lambasted the brand's newly teased offerings, calling it total trash and asking rhetorically, what kind of product line proudly lists ingredients like it's garbage? And just like that, Markle's illusion of reinvention went up in smoke again. Meghan Markle's latest vanity project, as ever, was supposed to be her big moment. A sleek, soft launch adjacent to her mysteriously absent American Riviera Orchard brand that already raised eyebrows with its erratic Instagram debut, fruit jam teases, and radio silence thereafter. Now she's splitting off as ever, reportedly focused on wellness products, clean living, and upscale homemaking, in other words, Goop Light without the credibility. But almost immediately, critics began slamming it for being an aesthetic clone of existing luxury lifestyle brands without any originality, authenticity, or even a functioning product list. Enter Rachel Zegler. A former industry darling turned social media cautionary tale, Zegler's public image took a nosedive after her cringeworthy commentary on Snow White, where she repeatedly insulted the original film, the princess trope, and even Disney fans. Ironically, Zegler and Markle now share more than just failed projects. They're textbook examples of fame without footing, female leads without follow-through. So when Zegler took a shot at as ever, calling it a brand that markets what looks like kitchen compost as a lifestyle, it wasn't just a rogue jab. It was a self-aware critique from one flop to another. The humiliation for Meghan is double-edged. First, it exposes her glaring lack of industry clout. If even Zegler, the actress whose Snow White was delayed amid backlash and ridicule, feels bold enough to publicly eviscerate as ever, that signals Markle's waning influence among Hollywood insiders. Second, it cuts to the heart of the Markle myth, that she's a visionary. In reality, every business or media endeavor she touches turns to dust. Spotify canceled her. Netflix sidelined her. Archetypes vanished. And now her lifestyle brand is being laughed off the stage before it even has a product on shelves. Worse still, who turns a farewell sign-off into a soap brand? Asked one online critic. The answer, of course, is Meghan, the Duchess who built her post-royal identity on empty aesthetics, curated perfection, and recycled Pinterest mood boards. But beyond the cringe-inducing brand strategy lies an even more glaring truth. Meghan Markle has no original voice. Her product names echo cliches. Her packaging mimics Goop, Magnolia, even early Martha Stewart. And her message, some nebulous mix of empowerment and elevated homemaking, is so diluted it could have been generated by ChatGPT on autopilot. When Zegler dragged the brand for listing ingredients like it's proud to be made of trash, it wasn't just snark, it was accurate. According to insiders, one of his Ever's prototype wellness products allegedly boasts a list of wild flora scraps, leftover citrus pulp, and reclaimed earth oil. It's marketed as sustainable but reads like compost bin leftovers packaged for gullible elites. To make matters worse, Meghan's timing couldn't be more out of touch. With global inflation hammering households, basic goods becoming unaffordable, and lifestyle fatigue setting in, Markle's ultra-curated brand of soft-focus elitism feels aggressively tone-deaf. The world doesn't need another overpriced olive oil candle or garden-fresh napkin holder. And it certainly doesn't need it from someone whose public image is more defined by lawsuits, ghostwritten memoirs, and royal family takedowns than substance, service, or integrity. Zegler's critique, harsh as it sounds, is the first honest Hollywood reaction to Markle's branding delusion. It pulls back the curtain on a harsh reality Meghan's PR machine has tried desperately to obscure, that outside the vacuum of royal controversy, she is just another former actress trying to sell glitter in a jar. And unlike actual lifestyle moguls who build empires from kitchens and creativity, Stewart, Meghan appears more interested in playing dress-up with branding than building something real. In the end, this moment is poetic. Two fallen stars, Zegler with her mangled Snow White, and Meghan with her never-launched Orchard and now mocked as ever, collided in a blaze of influencer-era irony. But only one had the gall to say what many in the industry are quietly thinking, as ever isn't just a bad brand. It's a branding embarrassment, and Meghan Markle? She's not building an empire. She's decorating a mausoleum of failed ambitions one flop at a time. The deeper you look, the clearer it becomes. Meghan Markle isn't launching a business, she's performing one. Every inch of his ever is staged like a Pinterest board brought to life, with no originality, no depth, and certainly no market demand. This is not a brand developed to fill a gap or meet a consumer need, it's a vanity label concocted to preserve Meghan's curated aesthetic and feed her delusion of relevance. Even the marketing rollout has been baffling. Rather than a coordinated product launch, as ever appears to have been quietly trademarked and dropped into the public sphere with cryptic references, vague statements, and a conspicuous absence of clarity about what the brand actually sells. This echoes the chaotic soft launch of American Riviera Orchard, which teased homemade jams in awkwardly staged Instagram stories, only for the brand to disappear without a trace, leaving followers confused and unimpressed. This is Meghan's pattern. Tease something polished, whisper about vision, and disappear when real work is required. Like her podcast, Archetypes, which vanished after one season and drew criticism for relying on heavily scripted interviews and minimal substance, as ever risks being yet another hollow Markle endeavor. Spotify cut her loose, reportedly calling the Sussexes grifters behind closed doors. Netflix demoted their content to side projects after Harry's Heart of Invictus flopped. And now the only thing Meghan seems capable of launching are Instagram posts pretending to be businesses. What Rachel Zegler's comments did, and this is what truly stings, was cut through that illusion. Zegler, flawed as she is, dared to voice the unspoken industry consensus. As ever is unserious. And Meghan, for all her Duchess-derived celebrity, is not respected among the